Hi guys, and welcome back to the FSL Female Esports League Valorant Open Season number 4. I'm Rara June. Joining me here today is the amazing Illustrato from the Philippines. We started off yesterday with 32 teams in the group stages. Today, only the top 8 remain to battle it out in the playoffs. But before we get started, let's check out some of the amazing highlights from yesterday.
See, it's again another A-hit. Will they be able to use this skill show? I think it's very much worth it. Can they actually pull it out? Or else it's gonna mow them down one after the other. 3 kills to find.
They aren't going to cover the CT side. He's really covering most of a lane, which isn't really going to swap the counter rotation coming out from Valkyrie.
They're gonna be biting back right now with 2 quick kills of their own. The res has not even come out. Not possible. What a shot right there from Mikasi.
People did check it, which wasn't fast enough to win the 1v1. Candy Fam right now is going to get the overheal down and another... Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, damage. Oh, look at that nade. Oh my god. An amazing set of games we had yesterday, and it looks like the trend will start to continue here as we delve deeper and deeper to the summit of this very tournament here. But let's not delay any longer and get straight into the action, because very, very soon we're going to be going into the game itself. But let's take a look quickly at the bracket, see where we're going here today. So let me take a look and sort of pull this up for you guys. Here we go. We're going to see the first, of course, is going to be Seven Sins versus Error number 1. And the next game that we're going to be casting is Alernative.lady versus Valkyrie Esports. What do you think of this matchup that we have on our hands, Ray Richu?
I think the one that we're doing right now is Alernative.lady versus Valkyrie Esports. Yeah. It's the best of 3. So we mentioned, we're in the top 8. It's the quarterfinals. I kind of want to say that I favor Alernative.lady in this matchup just because it's their 3rd time playing in the FSL, and every single time that they've taken part, they've made it out first in groups, like 3 times in a row. Whereas for Valkyrie Esports, this is their 2nd time playing in the FSL, and it's actually just their 1st time making it out of groups. So just kind of history-wise, I want to give the advantage over to Alernative.lady, but of course, nothing's ever set in stone, so we'll have to jump right in game to see.
Yeah, let's take a quick look. Here we go, guys. It's the first best of 3 here today. We're already right here in it. It's going to be Alernative.lady versus Valkyrie Esports. And of course, Alernative.lady is going to be starting on the defensive side, and Valkyrie will be starting on attacking side. We find ourselves on bind. One thing I do want to point out, right now, no jet right here for the side of Alernative.lady. They will not be having that jet operator combination. In fact, they will be having that Reyna and the Raze combo, and they will be running the double intel composition, which is going to be obviously the Sova and the Cypher. Now on the other side here, we're gonna see that jet, the Killjoy, the Sova, so pretty good intel, and it's pretty decent sentinel as well, and their smoker of choice will be the Omen.
Yep, and talking about Intel, of course, the season of the FSL would not have been possible without our wonderful sponsors, Intel, Super Solid, Dreamcore, and of course, our media partner, Yahoo. With that, guys, game number 1 of our first quarterfinal of the day is underway. On Bind, game 2 will be on Ascent. If it does go to the 3rd series of this game, it will be on Split.
Yeah, look at how far up they've actually already gotten here on B. Just at the very cusp of it. Looking like it's very possible it's going to be a straight up side hit. Diving already into the site. Mauve looking like she's worth for wear. 46 HP, can heal it up if she somehow managed to get a kill, but it's not going to be the case. Quick teleport on over to the A side. That's going to signal the rotation here. It's going to be a full 5-woman rotation towards the A site already. It's got to be a straight-up execute. No one lurking. It's Wisdom to get that first opening pick. Nice hold from Wisdom to get 2 while defending. Drops the spike as well over in bathrooms. Diddy gets 1. Can't get the second one because the teammate backs her up right there. Coyote will close that kill out in the end. Quick turnaround kill from Diddy. Gets another one, but Miguel is going to end the round, and it's going to be the defenders. That's Valkyrie securing that round in a 1-0.
Poof. And what a round. I mean, usually I want to say for pistol round on the Bind, a lot of the times we do see the attacking side set up for B. for that, just because B is a bit of a smaller site. You can go for the split push through hookah, especially where it just mostly comes down to shooting skill when you're in that small space. That's what we did see from them this time, but I think just the follow-up, there was a fast rotation over towards A, but follow-up left a bit to be desired. We'll see if they can pull things back in round 2. However, they are running, I believe, 5 classics this time, of course, forced to eco for the round 2. I don't think quite decided on where they want to go yet. It does look like either okay, so they've gone for a late pickup of the spike. Usually when you do see that happen, it's kind of like you drop it in the back corridor, you kind of want to get a pick at the start and then see and then commit on a site.
Yeah, exactly. And for those of you guys who are newer to FPS titles, this is what we call a default. A default hold is when you kind of just usually spread out, get information, bait out some utility. Basically what they did with the side of Alernative, excuse me. Yeah, basically what we started off with Alernative at the start of the game. And Valkyrie started off with the side of the game, but they just weren't able to do that. Weren't really able to get anything. But quick hit onto the site right now, looking to maybe get a plant in. And honestly, A is probably one of the easiest ways that you can get a plant in if you can maybe secure that plant. All you really have to do is get up close here. But Lear's coming out right here. Lynn, FPP, looking to get that opening onto the site. Lindis actually does it. Wisdom follows it up with a kill of her own. Ditty's going to get that trade right there onto the lamps area. And they might be able to get spiked down as the Spectre now being picked up by Boban. Will not be able to get a kill with it, but Ditty gets another. So that's already brought it very, very close. This is turning on its head, and Ditty gets a third. Keeping the dream alive somehow. Miguel gets that kill, but 8 seconds left. What are you going to do, Miguel? Looking for a little bit of time. Spike may go down. Not just yet. Running out of time. Has to get the kill, and it's Miguel to prevail in the 1v1. And that round ended much, much closer than Valkyrie would have liked.
She had no time to plan at the end, and so she just gave up on that. Tried to go for the 1v1 team wipe instead. Of course, for any viewers out there who might not know, when you're on the attacking side in Valorant in particular, you win the round by either getting the spike down and having the bomb explode after 45 seconds, or getting the team wipe. If you're on the defending side, getting the team wipe isn't enough to guarantee you that win, but then because Valkyrie knew that they were running on the clock, wouldn't be able to get the bomb down in time, tried to go for the 1v1, and it was just really close. One thing also to note, that it's a bit hard for them to go for like a lot of the default plans. Usually like A has a very has an easier plan, as you mentioned, in that like it's very short to run out from A main to plant in the corner. However, the thing is, they don't have like Brimstone, they don't have Sage, they can't put the wall down, they've only got the Omen smokes as well, so it's a bit difficult for them to just get the default plant down on bind.
Oh, that's a big miss right there. Coyote's able to get down Hopeless, and that's the presence over and to be more or less shut down, leaving just Boban to lurk, and he's even stuck over here. But that's a quick trade-off right there. Lindis goes down. That's towards the A site. Lynn FPP takes a quick peek, not expecting the swing out from Wisdom. And once again, the playing field has been brought now to the advantage of the side of Valkyrie. I'm sorry, Alernative rather. But do bear in mind, Killjoy has her ultimate available, so this is still quite possible, especially if they do rotate to maybe B. I think would be a little bit of a better area to go to.
But yeah, B is smaller, would cover more area, I think, with the lockdown. It's a nice kill though on the Sova outside hookah. Right now, Boban right here gonna spot out Cypher over at Alba, but Cypher with the faster fingers. Miguel is gonna take that one down, making it a 4v1 situation. Mauve right now just trying to get some intel through the hookah window from behind the container. And yeah, it's gonna be defenders winning again due to them running down the timer. I mean, Didi was in hookah. I think that Alernative.lady did know that she was in there, but then they also knew that the KJ wasn't going to have enough time to plan, and also kind of making the smart decision, bringing it over into the next round. Also, none of her other teammates have ult yet right now. Sova's close to having his ultimate, but really just, just opting to have the opportunity to just stack ults later is a smart decision.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely a viable thing to do to be able to use it. But I think in a 2v3 like that, especially if you group up, sorry, a 3v4, they could have definitely tried. Maybe just a little bit apprehensive to do that. And I think that might have cost them the round instead. Instead of actually maybe hitting the site, they just sort of slowly walked into it and got a little bit caught off by the elbow player. Had they won maybe that duel, that could have been the ulti, but it just wasn't in the end. So currently, you're looking at a 3-0 scoreline, still very much doable for either side.
Yeah, really doable. I mean, in general, on a map such as Bind, where it's kind of defender favored, you kind of expect the team that starts on the defending side to have the upper hand going into the swap. So 3-0, it's nothing, not that much of a big deal. Hunter's Fury gonna come out straight into showers. We're not gonna steal side, pick up that spike carry over an A main, and what a good defense coming out from Alernative.lady. I think they completely read how Valkyrie Esports were going to play that and just had I mean, some might say aggressive, but it worked out for them in the end.
I think if you're gonna do that strat, like what we just saw, what happened was they ran the hero Phantom or the hero Vandal. It was a Phantom, I think, that Diddy had. But when you do a strat like that, the ideal thing would be to rush the site and then have your have the one rifle you have sort of trade those kills. So you bait for those rifles, you bait for that rifle, you make that round expensive, and by doing that, you can create an opening. And maybe get a plant off as well. So you make that round really, really worth it in the end. But instead, they just kind of pick one by one. But it's just not going to happen. In the meantime, though, we're going to be taking a quick pause because one of the players has maybe disconnected the camera.
I think, yeah, I think the camera for one of the players has dropped. We didn't really get into this yesterday. I think yesterday most of the pauses were called because of network issues. But for FSL in particular, I think the one thing that's different from if you're participating in any other competitions, of course, FSL is a females only competition. So just to kind of ensure that all the players participating are female. Since it is remote, we do have rules where you need the player face cameras, and face cameras also has to capture your screen gameplay as well as your keyboard and mouse. So sometimes, I mean, for me personally, when I participated in FSL in the past, I actually needed like 2 cameras to make sure everything was in the screen. Yeah, and I remember last season as well, one time I think someone just shot me from the back when I was in a sewer in Haven, and I was so shocked I knocked one of my cameras off the desk. That sort of thing. Yeah, so it does happen from time to time that the players need to reconnect the cameras, but I think it's been resolved and our observers should be starting the game back up soon.
Yeah, it looks like it, but in the meantime, of course, just having a little bit of a breather. Do expect this to be going on all day long. We have a lot of best of threes coming up your way. Right after this, we're gonna have another one scheduled at 2:30 +8 if you're watching in from a +8 region. That's Singapore, Philippines, Hong Kong. And after that, we still got a match at 5 p.m. So we're running a little bit behind, but that just means that it's more time for you to sit back, relax on this beautiful Sunday morning, and just maybe get your snacks and hang out with us. But no delay anymore, as we're already heading out into the game itself, ready to go into it. And it's looking like a little bit of a slow, steady approach yet again here. 3 people playing showers and a bit of a spread. Sorry, 2 people playing showers right now, pushing into it. And it's a little bit of a spread position just to make sure nobody's pushing into showers.
I love the shower play. It's so sneaky. Usually you kind of might have like a 4-1, 3-2 if you're going to site A and then you're hoping to get the pick off of showers, but 2 showers, they're committing on this. And there's the rotation coming in towards site A. Killjoy just alone on B main. Looks like she might want to take the teleporter over through showers.
Oh, nice cover right there from Boban there, but oh my god, Hopeless You just dashing out with that tailwind out of that really, really sticky situation. Here comes Boban, though. Does have a paint shell, will be deploying it. Does a little damage on the Coyote, bringing her down to 63 HP. Gets a kill, but then taken out by the shock dart. Hopeless You, though, still sitting quite low. And that's the ulti finally deployed at a beautiful time by the enemy Killjoy. Will not be needed, though, because the round is virtually secured here in this 1v3. But let's not count Miguel out here. It's still quite possible that this is going to be clutchable. Not when she's detained like that, though. Doesn't make it out, and they're going to be hunting for her.
Oh, that's 8 seconds, though. She's not going to be able to hide in time. Will they find her at CT?
Oh. She runs out. It runs out, but they still is gonna just back away. Miguel knows that there's no more time anyway. Whew, that was a little bit of a hair raiser.
That was close. Oh, and she picks up the exit frag off of Hopeless You in the back too. So that's pretty #worth, if you ask me. It was so close to the lockdown as well. Just kind of making the most of a bad situation at the end.
Oh, definitely. And the first round on the board here for Valkyrie. After that save by Miguel, had a couple of opportunities to get out of the picture there, but just was a little bit too slow on escaping. They're timing it way too tight. But looking at that attack, it was a little bit uncoordinated, that attack, but it actually works out in the end. You know, that push from Showers, the cover right there from short, and then the late rotation from B. I mean, it's not exactly the most, I'd say, coordinated strategy.
Yeah, it's not the most conventional. Also, I kind of thought that DD, the KJ, was going to take the teleporter over from B long over towards A shower. She actually went all the way through Link, so that ate up a bit of time as well. Bit unconventional.
Yeah, and if the players died on A side, the rotation for the trades would have been way too late. But having said this, Wisdom is just going to clean house here.
Yeah, they saw the edge of the jet gun as well, so they knew that she was hiding over there.
Hunter's Fury just randomly deployed, trying to maybe catch off somebody, maybe the Cypher playing backside, but not going to be deployed. Oh my god, that adjustment from Coyote, wow. Nice double kill at the very end to secure a 5-1, resetting the economy here of Valkyrie.
Yep, some really nice shooting. It's always a pleasure to watch. I think yesterday during the group stages, we saw some really good shooting, as you mentioned in the intro earlier. It's kind of only upwards from here now that we are into the playoffs. The top 8 teams. We've got the best of the best battling out today for you guys. Of course, this is the first quarter final. The next best of 3 series is going to be the semis, and then our last grand finals will also be a B of 3. So a lot of really exciting games coming your way.
Yeah, we could potentially be here if we go all 3 games for 9 hours. And what more could you want than 9 hours of Valorant all day long? I mean, we do it on a regular, but when you sit back and
don't tell them.
They know we're degenerates. It's fine. Mole people who hide in our caves and just play. But be hit right now coming up. Nice adjustment from Mauve. That's a quick turnaround. Second headshot in a row. Looking for a third. Has to reload. Will be taken off. But it's going to be Coyote to bring it back for her team. 3-2 right now. Make that 2-2 as DTI gets a trade. Gets 2 in a row right there. Leaving it into the hands of Wisdom. All alone right here in the hookah position. Just snuck by underneath. Will she check the jet? Does have no idea the jet was coming from hookah. Will check that angle though, and Wisdom has the good sense to make sure to do it. Recon Dart will expose the position. Maybe not.
She's low.
Oh,
She's
no.
Low too.
Yeah, the shock dart comes out, does not make it. Could have though, but Diddy ends up winning that in the end. And time again, it's had to be Diddy to step up to the plate and hit those home runs for the side of the Valkyries.
That was absolutely clutch right there. Silva was full health with full shields as well, whereas Didi was, I think, about like a third half health. Her bar was definitely yellow, but really good for it to clutch that one out. Although, I mean, knew that she had vision on Sova inside hookah, but regardless, it was still very good shooting on her part. Looks like Valkyrie Esports VN want to switch things up a bit this time. So we're going to 4 through a 3 at A link and have once again their Raze and Sova over on B main. We'll see how this works out for them. So far, not been able to get a pick just yet, but a lot of utilities being used. There's the Owl drone as well as Brimstone Smoke just to hide their rotation. You can see right now kind of going through B link instead. Still have a 1 over at Showers. Although Raze is pretty far out. Oh,
Yeah.
sneaky, sneaky. No!
Ooh, yeah, that sneaky play right there, that
Mhm.
awkward angle does catch her off guard, but shaping up to be a B hit with less players now because it's a 4v5 here. Hunter's Fury now being deployed and actually making a connection. That's pretty good damage though. That's already secured 80 damage right there. Looking to push a little bit further on, but it could be the rotation into A because the spike's already making itself towards that A site. They are leaving a couple of players, one in hookah, one into B long. So I'm assuming one's going to be teleporting towards that position. Currently, nice pick off right there from that Sova as Mav goes down. And that's a double entry onto the A. That's exactly what the side of the Valkyrie needs to get onto the site. It should be a clean plant right here. Nobody to contest this. And they're going to be heading on over to the A. That's the late rotation, a 3-man rotation coming up right here. And it's a 3v4 retake advantage currently for the Valkyries.
Yep, and right now we've got Alernative.lady all made it onto the back of A right here over at CT, but you know that site isn't clear. It is 3v4, so pretty even, although Sova and KJ are both really low, and there's the crossfire position. You can see the KJ and Omen were setting up for Boban right now. Shower's gonna get a nice pickup off of the Brimstone Diffuse starting up. I'm not sure if they have the time to do this though.
Oh, the HP on Diddy just doesn't get the damage. Diddy could have gone down there, but honestly, the HP was way too low on Wisdom.
That was close. That was really gutsy at the end too, where she just tapped the diffuse to try and bait out the enemy team. The thing is, they had the mana advantage too. She knew she was 1v2, she was low in health, and she still did that. I mean, that takes guts. Props to her.
Oh yeah, and Wisdom is just on fire right now. Look at the scoreboard. It's Diddy versus Wisdom. The duelists are sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard. All
Don't
of them
say it
actually.
too loud.
I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Sometimes the duelists, they need to get a little bit of a warm up, and everybody else has to step up to the plate. It just means that currently, just the duels are not going the duelist's way. That's just it. You know, maybe they'll pick it up a little bit later on as another shower push here coming in through. It's going to be a 3-2 A split looking like as. Oh, that's a nice recon dart right there, exposing maybe just, I think it's just one who got spotted out, maybe just Hopeless.
Yeah, so they know she's in there. There's the paint shells in, just not really far enough of range to be able to do any damage. We're just kind of buying a bit of time, pushing her further back. The fire in the hole gonna come out, as well as the boom bot, but not gonna connect, unfortunately. Mauve trying to escape sight. So many ults being used. Oh, nearly gets the double kill over at Showers, as well as gets hit shot instead, and saw all of a sudden it's a 1v4 once again. Didi finding herself in this familiar, uncomfortable position. Does have her ultimate, but probably going to be looking to save that one into the next round.
30 seconds
left. She might be wanting to commit to this. Picks up one, picks up. Can she make it happen? And no, she doesn't make it two. Gets taken out by Coyote, but still a good try on her part.
After taking that shot right there onto that Cypher and getting that kill from that distance, you would have thought that might have been a possible round, but just for a second, you thought that maybe it was going to happen. It just wasn't the case, though. Taking a quick look at the scoreboard, though, Coyote still leading the charge, but Diddy still leading the charge, but Coyote creeping up right there onto Wisdom. They both have 11 each in the 6-3 score. I do want to point out the rest of the members here of Valkyrie, they need to step it up, especially with their Jet, who obviously you need to have that Jet getting those constant kills, maybe picking up that operator, maybe getting those opening picks right there, starting the round in their advantage, because so far they've rarely ever had a round when they had the early man advantage.
Yeah, I agree. Also, it might be that they're not as comfortable attacking on bind. I mean, Valkyrie Esports VN did win the coin toss earlier this morning, so they had the pick of the game one map. So they did choose bind, but that meant that Alernative.lady was able to pick their starting side. And of course, I mean, I want to say most teams are going to pick to start on the defense side for bind. So maybe it'll be better for Valkyrie after the swap.
Maybe. But let's find that out. Of course, they finally do start the round with an advantage, just as I say that they need to do it, and they do have that Killjoy ultimate actually. So this is looking like a very possible round if they actually can get the shots, the connections that they need. Cypher Trap goes down, and I'm expecting that Killjoy ulti any second now. Nothing really to take it down, though. There it will be deployed here onto the B site. Miguel, nice hold, gets one. Hopeless will get that trade, now has access to U-Haul. Wisdom swinging out of the corner, brings out, takes down Bubban, and 1 second left on that Killjoy ultimate. There actually has somebody detained. We gotta cover that, waste a little bit of time making sure that nobody pushes onto that player, and it's still a 3v3, still doable here, but time now taking away. Pain Shell Can is going to be deployed towards the site, utilized as well, and the defensive, look at this rotation, late rotation towards Hookah right now from this Killjoy, just to secure position here. Wisdom sneaking in closer, doesn't even get anything done, but does actually find one. Hopeless will trade it out in the end for the third kill of the round, and it's finally another round on the board for Valkyrie. They've put things together.
Yeah, they're actually doing really well. I mean, a score such as 6-4, 4 of course to the attacking side is really nothing to sniff at when you're on the attacking side. I think a lot of buying games. I mean, if you go something like 10-2, it's still comebackable on this map. So the fact that they're 6-4 right now, it's actually really good. And there's the spike drop over at this is the spot I was telling you yesterday.
Oh yeah,
the store with the spices that you can knife.
Yeah, you're right. I've never actually tried to knife that spice. What happens when you knife it, though?
They don't actually fly, you just kind of like cut through the spices.
Okay.
I wish like it would fly like powder, but it doesn't. I mean we don't need client to lag anymore.
That is no more. We don't need any extra particle effects around here.
Yeah, just shoot hits. I mean, everything else is just a bonus.
And look at this sneaky position right here by Sova. Getting so close already. If anybody dares to peek him,
oh, but Boban dropped the boom bot down from long, so like that's kind of when he should go. You have to both kind of go at the same time. It's kind of optimal. There's the pain chills coming out. Typical Raze.
Interesting though, that they don't choose to go into A, but rather go to B. They got 2 kills on A, which is most of the presence on A, but they're still choosing to rotate to B. Next level rotation place right here coming up from the side of Valkyrie.
Yeah, they don't have Spiky though. Okay, the Omen has just picked it up from Hookah, but yeah, they had 2 on B, and the Spike was still over at the Hookah entrance. They are going to get the plant down right now. Hunter's Fury going to come out just to buy a bit more time to zone, and it's going to be Linda's last one left alive. 1v3. It does look like she wants to get in a good spot to camp for exit frags, but she does have more than like 30 seconds right now if she wants to make some time. We can get spotted out by Boban. Boban gonna pop the ultimate rocket right there. Not gonna connect, however. Omen Smoke gonna come out. Looks like they are on the hunt right here. They know they're 3v1.
They have a good economy. They've won a couple of rounds already. So if I'm not mistaken, if I'm doing the mental math correctly, then they should still be able to chase and still afford a full buy, even if they do lose a couple of members. But look, exactly as I said, look, the economy is really good at the moment. But hold on. Looking like we're going to have a quick pause. There is another camera issue on one of the players, so we just have to get that fixed up right before we I
think we managed to reconnect it really quick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, I think it, just might have dropped on the floor like mine did last season. I like jumped, and then my hand that was on my mouse swerved right across my mouse pad, and then it knocked my phone onto the floor. I might have let out a small scream. I may or may not scream. A lot of utility being popped at the start of the round. There's the Hunter's Fury. You're gonna come out. Don't think it's going to land. It's really just more of a zoning ultimate at that point. Brimstone Smoke gonna smoke down the start. The entrance of a main. This is Smoke gonna come out again. Linda's right now with that really sneaky on top of the box play. Actually, a lot of Razes do favor to use the shotgun play over at Hookah entrance. Is going to win the trade this time with the rifle. Nicely done, which makes it a 5v4 right now. Jet and Omen do have their ultimates up, however. Although the spike is pretty far back, usually when you have the Omen long TP up, it kind of gives you the opportunity to go for those sneaky plants. But this time they are going to give it over to Killjoy. Looks like side 8 this time is going to be the name of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a retake. I think the spike should go down. Oh, but having said that, the smoke just runs out, but the paranoia is good enough to provide cover. DT, though, still alive here as Hopeless getting a kill with that Blade Storm move. Dipping and dancing around the triple box, looking for another opportunity to take someone down. Does find a third, though, even though that she only has a Spectre. Definitely making it work and bring us to a 1v2 clutch situation now for Boban. Does have a Vandal, so if she can land the taps, she can land the headshots, can bring it back. But the spike dropped in no man's land here. Mov still sitting at this corner, buying some time, and it could just be a quick escape right now if she can dance a little bit longer around, and she does. Ring around the rosy as Mov plays and makes everybody dance to her tune.
Switching sides.
That was so cute. It was the classical like left, right, left. Except you're 1v2. So if you're going like clockwise and they're just like, all right, you know what? One of us go left, one of us go right. We'll get her. We'll get her in the end.
And they did, and it did, and it did. They found her.
Yeah, it worked out. It worked out. The worst thing is when you have two of your teammates alive and then they both go in the same direction and then they both die one after the other. That's the worst thing that can happen. So good on them to split up, maximize their player advantage. And yeah, it's going to be the first round after the swap, 7 versus 5. Very acceptable scoreline coming out from Valkyrie Esports, even though on paper it looks like they are down 2 rounds.
Oh yeah, they started a little bit rough, but now
yeah, it's a pretty aggressive boombot also, just straight out of hookah. It kind of gives away your position, the fact that you're sitting in hookah, and especially at pistol round, that's 200 credits. So you're pretty much telling your opponents either you went for a classical light shield boombot or you have ghost boombot and no light armor. So it really does give up a lot of intel.
Yeah, and especially that it comes from hookah, right? For me, that's the most important thing, that there is most likely some rays lurking in hookah.
With a shoddy.
Exactly. quite possible. Quite possible. But it is shaping up to be a B hit right here, leaving one lurker in the form of that Raze, the duelist, which is a little bit off for me. When you have a lurker, it's usually like the Cypher, but as I say that, of course, Coyote is going to go down. Ditty holding onto site, does enough damage with a right click, will close it out, right clicks again, but not gonna have that connection that she needed. Coyote will drop her instead, leaving us to a 3v4, and beautiful shock dart right there. Gets that kill onto Coyote, who has been one of the thorns in their sides, and it's still a 3v3 retake. Low HP on a couple of these players. Hopeless dashing in instead of dashing out, and what an intelligent play to go through instead. Lin FPP brings it down quite low HP as well right now onto Hopeless too. Has an opportunity to tap the bomb, but doesn't have a lot of HP instead because Miguel's quite low. Misses that opportunity to get the kill onto Hopeless, and look at the HP left. It was very, very doable for Miguel. Just doesn't have the aim for that particular situation.
Yeah, she definitely had the chance to make that happen right there. Also, I think in previous seasons, I think Miguel has just switched team for this season. She used to play on, I can't remember if it was, I want to say it was Celeste or Seven Sins that she used to play on. I think this season, Aureophilia is their new addition, and then Miguel has just recently joined Alernative.lady. But I mean, usually she's got great shooting. She's usually a better shot than that.
Yeah, it was just not one of those one of those plays. Sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. That's just the thing in FPS is games like that.
Yeah.
But ooh, nice nade right there. Straight up B execute right here, hoping to maybe just get the spike right there. But difficult as Boban. Beautiful paint shell and backed up by Diddy on that Spectre. It's a cleanup right there. 4 kills for Boban. Well done. That's a nice anti-eco round. Not losing anyone.
That nano swarm placement as well, and being able to detonate it, just knowing the timing and the spot for that was just very beautifully done. I think that's just one of the hard things when you're trying to attack on Bind versus a team that has Killjoy. Usually if a team has something like Cypher Killjoy, if they're both planted at B, for example, it becomes almost impossible to try and make it onto the site. Usually maybe you'll split up 1A, 1B, but KJ starting on site B just makes it so hard for them to plant the bomb down.
Yeah. 7-7. Very much a tie game on our hands. quite frankly, not be any closer. I'll drone right here just to get some information. Will not really spot anyone right now. I think they does catch a glimpse of that Reyna falling back from that angle, but still not a lot of information, not a lot of value from that Al drone.
Trying to shoot through the smoke. Not gonna connect. It's a bit of a slower start this game, as you can see on the minimap. Spike being dropped really far back behind a B link as well in that corridor. So they're really hoping to get a pick before they really commit to either of these sites. This time there's the shock dart gonna come out. Nade into Hookah. Not going to... Oh, I say that it's going to just damage her a bit. I think that was about 35
50?
damage. Yeah.
About 50 because you lost
30
armor
seconds
too,
left.
I think.
Yeah, as armor takes like 66 of your damage, and she was down to, I think, 85 or 87.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, she still had 25 armor. Whatever. I don't want to do math right now.
It's too early on a Sunday.
Too early. Exact. It's a Sunday. I barely do math on a regular day. Okay. Wisdom pushing into the site, getting one kill. Will be traded out, and it's another sterling defense once more for Valkyrie. They cannot break through here. Alernative is struggling to get onto that B site.
Yeah, that was really rough. I mean, bit of a slow start to the round. When they pulled the trigger, it was really decisive, but I mean, that just meant the round was over even faster.
Placing sentry.
And all of a sudden, it's 7 and 8. So for the first time, Valkyrie Esports are going to be ahead in this game. I mean, we were saying 7 to 7. It looks even, but I feel like, for me personally, I will always give the advantage over to the side that is still on defense at the end of the game. That's where Valkyrie Esports are at right now. Should be in a good spot to try and close out. A lot of utility being used over at a main right here. Hopeless, you finally picking up a sniper. Not gonna land the first shot, however, it lands the second one. That's all you need, and it's gonna be a 4v3 right now. Oh, the pistols on the K8 tower. That's gonna take too long. With that, Defender is gonna pick up another easy round right there. It's just so hard to attack on B. I mean, Alernative.lady tried to go for the split push, right? But it still didn't work out.
I agree completely, and especially when you have the operator making those shots like that. I mean, we've been waiting for it like all game long. That jet operator combination, it's really good on bind. And one of the reasons, and one of the reasons why I love seeing it on bind is that there's just so many angles that you can peek aggressively. You can straight up peek mid. You can walk through and just peek anybody there and tailwind right out. You'll be fine. Same thing that goes for showers. You can do it in hookah. You can do it in B-long. Literally every single choke point.
There's so many good spots at A, as you can see right here. There's a main, is straight out of A showers as well, and just at heaven over at A tower. It's just 3 good spots to opt at on this site alone. Not gonna land that one though. Hunter's Fury once again going to come out.
That's brutal. The orbital strike from Coyote finds 2 right there. So that was one of the best ulti combinations that we've seen, and that's another round looking to be secured here. Finally, after what feels like a couple of ages, it's a round here for Alernative.
Yeah, Boombot gonna get some information, gets instantly shot out, so they know that there's someone straight outside of showers. Coyote 1v1 loses that one to DD. Once again, DD with that great shooting on the rifle. She is the last one left alive on her side. The bomb has been planted. She's only got about, I want to say 20 to 25 seconds. Less than that, yep. About 15 seconds. If she wants to make this happen, looks like she's going to go for the campfire exit frag strategy instead. There's a teleporter sound, so she knows that Hookah isn't going to be safe. Miguel picking up the operator. It's a 5k gun. You want to bring that one into the next round, and it looks like it's a very peaceful end to an otherwise pretty violent round, I want to say.
Oh, yeah. Like you said, that operator, it's 5,000 credits now. It's the most expensive gun in the game. It's more than half of your overall total that you can have in your bank account at any given moment. So
yeah, I feel like especially like when you're in solo queue and when it goes to like I can't remember what it, like when you're 13 and before you're team goes for the draw vote and you start with 5k credits, right now it's even more punishing because you can't buy any armor at all and no
Or any
utility.
yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like that's it. That's
Yeah,
like
that's
an
rough.
op.
Unless like you make a teammate buy it for you.
But then it's still viable because like if you do that and you're Jet, you can still have a tailwind, and
Mhm.
you know you can still have that operator. So I still think it's worth it depending on the situation. If they like to rush a lot, you know, maybe then don't buy the operator.
Mhm. Yeah, 100%. I think this time Alernative.lady gonna once again, nope, they picked up the spike. Looks like they're going to commit to A. Looks like a 4-1 with one in showers. Hopeless you camping the back of the container there with the operator. Linda's looks like she wants to go for the push. Coyote gets taken down outside hookah.
Oof. 2 quick
Oh
kills make that
no!
3. Hopeless finds another one. Has been so deadly with that operator and finds a second. Hopeless really putting on a clinic with how to use that operator right there. Even though she's smoked out of position. I like what Hopeless you did actually. So Hopeless actually missed that shot, missed the timing onto that kill on bathrooms. And instead of maybe holding onto that angle, maybe going for an upwind on top of APC, what she did is rotated all the way back to CT and just played support with that op. Let her teammates shine. Let her teammates get those kills. Just hold the angles for them. And she did that. Because of doing that, she got 2 kills off the back of that play. Intelligent opping right now from Hopeless U.
Yeah, it's really nice to see also like how they've switched things up now that they've swapped sides. It does definitely seem like they're a lot more comfortable on the defense side. Also do have 4 ultimates this time if they do choose to use them. But it looks like Alernative.lady swapping things up a bit, going for 3-man over in hookah right here. Cypher down B long. Sova just trying to get a bit more information with the drone over at A main. Here's the push coming in.
It is straight up B hit. No fear. That's Lindis with her ulti, looking for somebody maybe inside the tube. Does get the kill, takes out DTI. Nice trade in the end, picks up a Phantom in exchange. But here's another one. Raze versus Raze. Oh, and he gets the planter. The timing is absolutely insane. Paint Shell comes out at the worst time, but Lin FPP is right there to back up her teammate. Cleans things up. 8-11 scoreline. Valkyrie primed and ready to take match point.
Raze is broken, man. I don't know what to tell you.
That was funny.
So like I'm a Raze main, and then I have some teammates that I play with who really just hate the concept of Raze as a champion and just hate the fact that, you know, every single one of her skills can kill you, can kill teammates, does damage. They're like, how is this fair? And sometimes after my teammates die and then they spectate me, and then I just like use my ultimate, get a kill, and they're just like, man, that's not fair. That shouldn't be a thing. I'm like, we're on the same team.
And I think because of the fact that Sage isn't really in the meta anymore, that sort of that kind of buffs Raze a little bit, because there's Raze can give out all this free damage, you know. Oh, but look at this push right here. Has the information and very suave to get Mauve right there. Nice pick off in the end. Brings us to a 4v5, and it is going to be an advantage for the defending side. Still an ulti on Killjoy. So for me, the best thing to do for Valkyrie right now, the best thing to do would just be to play back, let them plant, and then just use that ulti for a retake. Have a retake since you have a man advantage anyway.
Yep, looks like they're going to play it a bit slow on the defense this time. There's Miguel. Has her ultimate, if she wants to use it. Is the only one on her team with it though, and she also does have spike. She's alone down B long. Looks like push, gonna come out, gonna trigger the storm grenade, however. Does get taken down, but Miguel with that really good spot covering her teammate. Jumping down from hookah, we'll be able to pick up 1 return kill. KJ ultimate not going to lock down anyone, and there's that rotation over through CT side over towards A.
10 seconds left.
No time left, really, and they can still maybe try to plant this, but it's gonna be tough. I think in the end, I don't know why they went into you actually.
Yeah,
So,
I think they actually might have had time
They had.
to plan. The thing is, like right now, as you can see, they did pick up the
Match
kill off of
point.
Lindis, so that's what, like 200 credits onto one
Mm.
player. And sure, someone on their side is going to have to drop another 2,900 to buy a gun, but I mean, they've got the cash to do that, so I'm not really sure that that was the best trade that they could have gone for. Although trying to defend to V4 from the retake would also have been really difficult, especially on a big site such as A at that point. So just kind of two not optimal decisions that they went for.
Yeah, and
They didn't have a
you
good
could have
pick.
actually planted that. You could have planted. You maybe use this the cipher trap to help secure a plant. So I think that would have been possible. But in the end, it's match point now. 12-8. That's going to be the owl drone going straight to hookah, giving information that nobody's towards hookah at all, and that's gonna allow somebody to rotate towards A. But instead of that, it's actually one person from Valkyrie cheating towards B. Interestingly.
Yeah, they're trying
Oh.
to get a pick really before they commit to a site. There's a spike that's all the way back at A link. They're gonna have to send someone back to get it though, even if they do manage to clear out A.
Oh, orbital strike now coming in will not hinder anyone, but Miguel will.
Player standing.
And currently, it is looking like it's going to be a 13-8. One person, Coyote, has been amazing for her team, but 4 players stand in her way. She has to get them one by one, looking for those angle isolations if she wants to keep her team's dreams alive here in this first game of the series. Does have to
30
find 4
seconds
heads.
left.
Waits a little bit longer, but in the end, Hopeless You just coming in
Defenders
through with
win.
that shot with the AW with the op instead.
Yeah, kind of fitting that it was Hopeless You at the end there, bagging the first game win for a team. She was absolutely stellar after her side is swapped over and she was able to get enough money to start getting those operator kills. But yeah, it's going to be it for game number 1, guys. We are still, of course, in the middle of a best of 3 series. Map 2 is going to be on Ascent this time around. Let me just
Yeah,
check
ISIS
really
is
quick
yeah,
which
it's
team is starting on the attacking side. It's going to be Alernative.lady that starts on the attack. Valkyrie going to start on the defense over on Ascent. But I mean, you know, we talked about it yesterday a bit as well. Ascent's just kind of a bit of a more fair map than either Bind or Split are
yeah.
right now. So there's not quite a favored side.
Yeah, I agree. But in the meantime, of course, we're going to take a short break. Before we do that, big thank you again to our sponsors, Dreamcore, Yahoo, Super Solid, and Intel. We'll be back in just a second here at the FSL Open Valorant 4. When we return, it's going to be map number 2, so don't touch that browser.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the FSL Female Esports League Valorant Open Season number 4. Once again, I'm Ray Richard. Joining me here on the online casting desk is the wonderful Illustrato from the Philippines. We didn't really have that much time before game 1 because of the delay to really do an intro, but I mean, Gian, how are we feeling today?
You know, there's always a bright side to every single dark cloud, and the dark side to the bright side to that long delay that we had is I actually got to grab a slice of pizza.
Mm.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to eat that right now. But
I'm
it
gonna
was
up you your pizza with my.
Oh man. Oh, now I'm jealous. I will definitely grab a cup of that later on. But one game now ahead, Valkyrie winning that quick turnaround. They were able to, I think they were like 0-6 at some point or 0-5 that they managed to swing that entire game up and turn things around real quick in a decisive victory. Once they got that op on the defensive side, it just turned on its head. Amazing work from Hopeless You. And of course, the rest of her team. So many great plays all throughout by the rest of the members as well. And we're about to get started into the second map, which is Ascent. So tell me real quick, Ray Richu, like, what is your impression, especially about what we've got on Ascent?
We talked about it at the end of that earlier game. I mean, especially compared to Bind, we were saying that, as you mentioned, right, Valkyrie Esports, they were pretty far behind going into the swap in the earlier game. But the thing is, on a map such as Bind, you're kind of expected to be down a couple of rounds on Bind, on Split. The thing about Ascent, though, is that you're kind of going to be hoping for a more even score going forward. You know, something like a 7-5, I think is pretty much what all teams would be considering optimal. But I think for Ascent, I mean, we've got the top 8 teams here. I want to see some cool plays. I want to see people wall banging the spot outside the whole wall down site B. I want to see people, doing that cute boost thing with the Sage wall. If they do pick Sage, though, I mean, it's a bit out of the meta.
Yeah, especially not on
her.
Ascent. It's not really that great anymore.
Yeah.
I think on Bind it's still all right, but on
Mhm.
Ascent not so much. And to quickly follow up on your point, one of the things that I have said quite a lot about Ascent is, first of all, Ascent is a very aim heavy map. You have to have good aim as a team if you want to clear those angles. A lot of headshot angles, a lot of opportunities for good aim duels. And on top of that, Ascent is really one of those maps which completely reveal all of your weaknesses in fundamentals as a team. So if you're a kind of team, if you're a kind of a team that has a lot of problems holding crossfires, not knowing your setups, especially on the defensive side, you're going to suffer. But if you have solid coordination, solid execution, solid retakes on Ascent, then it's going to really allow your team to shine.
Yeah, I agree. One thing that also I'm a bit worried about for the squad of Alernative.lady is that I'm not sure if they have an operator player on their squad. I think like midway through their defensive half over in game 1 on a bind, we're kind of like, where's the operator? I don't think anyone is going to buy. I don't think any of them really used it in most of the rounds for that game. And on a map such as Ascent, there are some really good operator spots. I mean, through a tree, for example, it's one of the best spots, and especially through mid courtyard. And that's the thing about Ascent, right? Ascent's one of the maps in the game where it's all about the mid control. If you get control of courtyard, it frees up the map for you to go either through market into B or up catwalk into site A. So that's going to be really important. I think that's going to be the crucial thing to look out for in this game too.
Agree, and especially when you have so many options for aggressive opping plays, there's so many options to do it. Like, I'll talk about that a little bit later on because we're about to get ready to go into the game. Valkyrie Esports won, and it's currently Alernative.lady sitting at 0. They do not exactly have the biggest of leads at the moment. Obviously, it's just the best of 3. But starting now on the defensive side, Valkyrie has shown that they can play defensive side, and I expect this to shine even more on a map like Ascent.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, today it's the playoff stages, so you drop a best of 3, you're out of the competition. You'll just have to, try and make things back up over in season 5. I don't think that's a position that any of these girls want to be in. So of course, Alernative.lady looking to win this game too, and then hoping to take the series home in that game 3. Valkyrie Esports, on the other hand, of course, looking to close this one out with a swift 2-0. We are into round number 1. Here we go.
Yeah, and already aggressive play right here. Looking to get control over the short area. Hopeless you in the corner. Oh my god, just gets deleted by Mauve and taken out without really much of a fight. Now an A hit coming up right here. The split looking effective. Lin will be trading it up, and Mauve with a 3K already this early on will be getting so much value off of that ghost for her team at the moment. Now it's a 4v2 retake situation. Looking quite difficult here for the side of Alernative.lady.
Yeah, it's Sova with just a classic Sova and KJ. Not the best agents to really hope for the retake. There's the sentry. Really just getting a vision more than anything. Is going to spy one down long, however, and shooting that door down with a classic's gonna take you a while, buddy.
It's gonna take a hot minute.
Quick retake though. I mean, well done right here by Alernative.lady. They actually do make it through that round, and they actually honestly, despite the fact that Valkyrie Esports, they actually have a good hold. Alernative.lady, it's a little bit of a tongue twister in it. Alernative.lady, they actually do manage to pull it through with a great crossfire, a great post plant, and that's one of the things that you always look for in a team. If you have a team who knows how to do those post plants, those post plant positions really quite well, knows when to peak, then you've got a lot going for you already.
Revealing area.
Yeah, I agree 100%. This time, Sova is going to start the recon dart down mid. The entrance has been smoked by the Omen. However, also I like that Mob this time, switching things up, was playing Reyna over in game 1. This time around, she's gone for the Omen, of course. Omen's kind of one of the crucial agents you really need. It really helps you form that 3-core, 4-core on Ascent just because his smokes are so useful on this map.
Yeah,
Nick Wells.
definitely. And looking currently at where they are, it's a B split. It's a B hit coming up right here. They are leaving that race to do the lurk, which I'm not entirely a fan of. But all of the defensive plays right now, Boban with that classic looking to get one, will not actually do anything with it at the moment, but has actually found already a kill. Could be a second one. Looking at the HP, not very good right here from the side of Alernative. And Mauve gets another mow down, taking down Hopeless You, and it's still a 1v4 situation, and Lindis closes it out. But not before a shock dart kill comes off right there. Wisdom goes down to that clever shock dart.
Yeah, that was really cute at the end. But it's going to make it a 2-0 in favor of Alernative.lady this time around. They are going to give the spike over to Jet. It looks like they're setting up for a mid and a push. We are into round 3, so in terms of eco, in terms of guns, it does look like pretty much everyone's been able to full buy, bought up those rifles. Once again, recons are gonna go straight down mid. Jet just peeking down a long. She does have the tailwind to get out of any sticky situations. The rest of her squad looks like they're going to very slowly push into a tree through mid. Boombot. Coyote thought about flashing. Gonna save that one. You're gonna use the Omen near sight instead, but Hopeless You're gonna fall straight outside the door right there, Mob. Getting a couple of cheeky pre-fire shots down. Doesn't catch anyone in that usual sneaky spot over above the box on the right side of the main entrance. Right now it's going to be about the retake, but Jet, oh, with that nice position, knows that that's the usual spot for someone up from CT. Boban right now 1v3, going to shoot down the door. She's not going to commit to that though, so they do know that she's over around this side. A couple of warning shots fired over through heaven, and now she's rotating back towards the door side, just kind of doing the old 1-2, so they won't know where she is. But Mob with that great crosshair placement, just absolutely holding that spot, camping that spot. That's what we like to see from teams sometimes, especially even if you have the man advantage, if you're 1v3, 1v4. Sometimes the squad that does have the man advantage, you hear a couple of shots at the door and then 2 people kind of rotate there. That was not what Valkyrie Esports did. They really just held their positions very well, and the second that she walked it through the door, Mob just shot her straight in the head. So very nicely done. A lot of good discipline being shown from them on the defense. It's gonna bag them that round.
Oh, this flash man go. That completely messes up the timing of that play. I like the idea, but it just wasn't right there. Coyote beautifully times that push, counters that combination that we've seen from that Jet. Time and time again, you've seen it in pro matches, and Wisdom bumps a little bit into that wall, but doesn't really matter in the end. That's okay. Nobody's right there to punish, but still has Blade Storm available, and the spike will go down without a shadow of the doubt here. Looking like a clean 4th round. And I'm going to point out real quick that combination, that play over onto A-Long where you have the Jet dash in, and at the same time Omen will use that paranoia. That was completely disrupted by that one singular flash there by that by the Phoenix, excuse me. Now, as you can see, take situation here. Coyote will be getting that kill onto Lin FPP, leaving us into a 1v4. Not very, very likely that...
Oh no, and she's only got a ghost!
Yeah, no. Not a lot to do with that. We'll get taken down 4-0. Another clean anti-eco round. And another buy opportunity here for the side of Alernative.
Yeah, I just love the way that Mob is really holding these positions. I mean, I talked about that at the end of that last round as well, when her team had the man advantage, but she just, held her ground, didn't move, waited for someone to walk into her crosshair placement, and then it was just a matter of getting that very easy shot. Just a lot of discipline being shown. It's really nice to see.
Oh, yeah. And
She's also
You know-
top fragging on her team too right now. I think she's like 7-1 on round 4.
that's what I like about Mob. Like, she shows so much intelligence with how she plays. It's not just the aim; it's how she
Yeah.
knows how to make them dance circles around her.
And it's not like she's not like your typical solo queue Reina either.
You're right. That just goes in and
Yeah.
wrecks everybody.
She's
And
just like
heals.
near side run it. Yeah.
I'm thoroughly enjoying the way she's currently playing. But look at this push here by Hopeless You. There is a Cypher trap that stands between her. Oh, we'll be dashing through it like there. And does not turn around in time. Mauve actually didn't hear the sound cue from the tailwind. Little bit uncertain as to why, but fortunately there is a trade kill. Strangely enough, though, it was punished. It was a little bit awkward in the end as Ditty gets that kill. And Hunter's Fury is still available for that Sova. Coyote dropping to 1 HP. 1, ladies and gentlemen. Well, fortunately, has opportunity to heal with, of course, that wall and, you know, the hot hands, leaving us to a 3v3.
Fun fact, Cypher Trapwire, if you
30 seconds
leave it there
left.
for a couple seconds after it hits you, it actually does 3 damage.
That's actually killed me before, by the way.
So it could actually have killed the Phoenix if she walked into a Trapwire at that
Yeah, that
point.
would have
Spike
sucked.
planted.
Yeah,
And-
that's the most embarrassing way to die in this game.
And if you can't find it, and you know that you're gonna die because you can't find it,
Yeah, and
that's
you're
like the
li-
worst.
right,
like-
and you're like looking for a spot to throw,
Yeah, to shoot it, no,
to
no.
heal, and then you run into one, and you're like, oh man,
Oh, man,
crap.
oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a 2v2 right now. The spike has been planted already, pretty far out in the open. Coyote.
Oh,
Yep, not gonna be able to get the defense down, so it is going to be a pretty easy defuse for the Vietnamese squad. It was really, I'm not sure if they had enough time to clear this site, because that was a pretty open spike plant. I mean, on that plant site right there, the spot where they did it, you
which
can
is
kind
why
of...
they had no business peeking like that. I
Exactly,
mean,
because you can get shot from heaven, you can get shot from main, from tree.
when you have the spike planted that open for you, all you really gotta do, you just gotta hide, wait for somebody to tap the bomb, and maybe, you know, they had a player on short, they had a player on wine, so maybe just have the wine guy hiding and then the short guy covering your cross, because that's really all you gotta do at that point. Maybe they were afraid of being shot from the back, which is why they were peeking so much, but really, even though, you could have just hid and waited for the tap on the bomb.
Yeah, I agree 100%. This time it looks like it's gonna be a pretty fast push over onto A. Fire in the hole with the satchel. Not gonna land. That was really close, but they do know someone is in hell. DT gets taken down over by the side, as well as Coyote over at Tree. Jay gonna pop her ultimate, but it's already going to be a 1v3. And Cypher just gonna use that ultimate to get vision of everyone, but does get taken out though. So Miguel does go down. It is a 1v2. Hopeless You as well as Sova have their ultimates. It's gonna...
They're waiting.
Yeah.
They're waiting a little bit too long. So, you know, honestly, for me, just plant the spike. Use the wind. Yeah, see, this is a big mistake, right? Just use the wind orb. Use the wind orb, get the spike down.
She's at 30.
Get spotted out from the side though. And now it's a little bit of a back and forth dance here. Who can spot out who?
Oh,
And if this is the clock, oh no. Big mistake right here. Big mistake for the side of Alernative, if I'm not mistaken. Valkyrie, excuse me. Sorry, big mistake for Valkyrie.
On the defense. I think that she might have been waiting for her recon cooldown as well. It's a really long cooldown, something like 45-50 seconds to really get vision at the end, but that was also hard. Yeah.
They didn't need it. You could have dropped a wind orb, let your teammate plant, and then run, turn tail and run, because if your Sova has that ultimate, all you gotta do is you're gonna pop that ultimate, use those shock darts, and then you can basically stop anyone from defusing that bomb, especially if you know the lineups. And you know, ultimately, I think they were just overcommitting to that. They were a little bit panicky. They thought a little bit too much about what they had to do, and it cost them the round.
Take flight.
Yeah, it definitely did. So it's gonna be 5-1 right now, which is a bit rough. Not the end of the world, of course, but they are gonna play a bit more measured this time around. It's like 4-3-2. mid as well as a B. They do know that they're over at B main, though. A lot of ping's gonna go down. There's the Jet tailwind. She is pretty low already. Wisdom gonna block out the back side of the site as well as CT. There's a Suffocage over at Market.
Oh, quick pick right here. Lindis will drop that Sova at the moment and looking to secure that jumping angle. Liz almost gets punished for it. Maybe
yeah, I mean,
his turn is
Sheriff.
jumpy.
Yeah, Sheriff versus Rifle. You don't have much of a chance unless you have the vision advantage.
That's a nice headshot though from DT, but just doesn't find the second one to get that kill.
Yeah, it's gonna be a flawless. All members on the squad of Alernative.lady don't need to buy at this point, so they're actually even still going to have a Spectre from the side of Lindis because all of them survival. Though she has so much cash right now, she's got 7,000 credits, but she's still not gonna pick up a rifle. Doesn't really matter. However, the squad of Valkyrie Esports also running for rifles. However, if they do lose them this round, they're gonna be in pretty bad shape. Most of them have only like a couple hundred credits left.
That was quite scary. Wisdom almost went down. She missed that shot right here. Hopeless was able to tailwind out of that sticky situation. Will relinquish control over B main, but that's all right because they actually did just get information. Now it's forced them to fall back here, and Coyote looking to work here onto A short. Paranoia comes out, but will not necessarily be blinding anyone. That's a Paranoia in response. Will force off that angle as well. And now they have total control over short, total control over B main as well. So it's just a matter of deciding where to go. On top of that kill that they found in mid, the world is their oyster at the moment. Just have to decide which way they're going to go. And it's got to be mid here. They're going to go straight through mid. It's a B split. Boban holding it tightly, but that's a quick kill onto... Wow, Wisdom and Coyote dropping in particular. Now, it's that Cypher ulti and Conmel Kugao will drop everybody. 3 kills for him. DT cleans up the round, and that's a nice pickup of a round right there for the side of Valkyrie.
Yeah, this is exactly the round that they needed. We're seeing, 6-1. Things starting to look a bit dire for them. They really needed that round. I think 4 members also were able to keep their guns into this one. So it's kind of a double win for them. They get the 3,000 from the round win, as well as not having to buy the guns. Also have a bit of a safety cushion in terms of credits. Going into the next one.
Yeah, not a lot of cushioning, so they definitely will have to win a couple rounds in a row in order to stabilize that economy, something that you desperately need to do, especially on the defensive side. So they will have to really work their tail off if they want to be able to stand a chance at leveling this playing field right now, because at the moment, Alernative, they're looking hot. And Lin FPP, Paranoia, it's really good, hoping for that counter, but it's gonna be a trade because Coyote's the one to take her down. Really rather unfortunate. Coyote finds another one as well over on short. And this just opens the map yet again here.
Got spike.
Yeah, they've picked up this spike right now. All members still alive, 5v3. They do have 3 ultimates. They do have to run it back on the Phoenix if they do want to, pop that, get a bit more information. But the thing is, if only 3 members alive on the side of Valkyrie Esports, they're spread so thin. You can see right now they've only got 1 on site B and 2 over on A. And you can see the Sova just not really sure. He's kind of running around CT, running around mid. Might get caught out by Mauve right here in Market. Mauve does hear the footsteps, does know that the Sova is there, but both teams just playing this so disciplined, so slow.
Definitely. Here comes the hit though onto the side. It's gonna be a fast hit. That's the run it back utilized, and Mauve will do all the cleaning necessary here. Gonna get that. No time left on the board. Ditty better save. Don't think there's really much to do here. Spike goes down. How are you going to defend this? I don't think it's going to be possible, but as I say that, she gets 1 kill, opens things up, spots another one, drops Coyote. So that's just 3 more heads to find, 3 more heads to pop. No one's on site. If she can actually get on site, this is quite possible. Still has the Killjoy ulti, so it might just work in her favor. Tries to get that tap, jumping headshot just for that, jumping peek just for that information, but just will not be able to land that. Now she is currently getting flanked though. and has to make a decision whether it is to go or to fall back. Either way, she's surrounded, and Lindis knows that she's in the smoke right here. We'll close off that round 7-2 right now, and Alernative are looking amazing.
Such nicely done from Lindis right there. It was really good timing as well. I was I wasn't sold at first, you know, when the Omen smoke came out on the entrance. Usually you don't really want to smoke on the entry at that point, because when they come out you won't really be able to see them. You in general want to have the peak advantage at that point, but she did it because she knew that there was Lindis flanking around from the side. The second that the Omen smoke wore off was when she was able to catch DD. So very nicely done from the team. Very good coordination.
I actually think Didi could have really won that if she dropped her ultimate. Like, it would have forced them back, and either forced them all the way back, in which case she could have gotten onto the site, or forced them to push her, in which case she might have had a chance. But look at this, Owl drone, not going to connect on the first hit, not going to connect on the second one, not on the third either. So good opportunity, a little bit missed there, quite sadly. But in the end, Wisdom will be smoking off these angles just to be able to get a closer look towards this site. But Lin FPP will be falling back in that aspect. Now, Hopeless trying to clean up whoever's trying to push onto B main, desperately so. Will be able to do that successfully, as Wisdom now will be opening the site. But one more time here will be that Killjoy ulti deployed towards A, and trapped between a rock and a hard place. Lindis goes down, leaving us into a 3v1, and it's looking like another round here for Valkyrie.
Yeah, Mav has the spike, but they need to plant in there. She is using the ultimate. Does give away the sound cue,
30
however,
seconds left.
so I think Lin knows that she's there. You can see her just sending the smoke. There's the smoke and return smoke from both sides. That was cute. But Spike does go down, and now it's just a matter of can KJ and Lin make this happen. Mav is just trying to not peak market.
Yeah, totally. And Mavis made this happen, made this possible right here. Time is ticking away though, and Lin FPP is going for the spike diffuse right here. Paranoia comes out and might have already done it. Swinging what? And what is that headshot? Oh my god, that quick adjustment in the flick from Mauve. Amazing stuff right there. That was a little bit lucky, I'll admit, but holy moly.
She read Lin like a book. I mean, first she went for the wallbang onto the box, and then she was like, now she's gotta be left. I mean, Lin tried to bait Mauve out because she did the tap defuse to try and get Mauve to rush her, and Mauve did, but I mean, Mauve, man, you don't want to 1v1 her.
That was scary. That was actually
you're gonna
insane.
lose. Yeah.
That was crazy. Unbelievable that they actually found that.
Yeah, she guessed on the left too, and just instantly like flicked to get the headshot on the left side of the box. It's crazy.
This is she was running away, right?
Yeah.
Little bit of a default now, yet again at the start of the round, just to see if they can feel things out at the moment. But for the meantime, not a lot of opportunity. Look at this push, however, it is going to be the trap broken, looking like a straight up A split. Hitting the site at the moment. Will be securing it really without a problem here. Coyote's forced back, flashed off the angle, and it will be now dropping there. It's going to be a clean take though in the end. They've lost they've lost one member, but they'll be happy that they secured it now. It's a 2v4, and this retake is looking quite impossible, especially after Wisdom gets that kill. And Lin FPP here will get one. Well, I don't surmise that she will find very much on top of this play, but miracles have happened so far. Time is ticking away in the end. Mauve is looking to guard this corner. Could be denied here. That's going to be the smoke deployed, and Lin FPP prevails here. 5 HP
she's
left.
at 5 health.
Hiding in the smoke, and the will be Wisdom just sort of jiggle peeking this. I think she's done enough. She's gotten a lot of kills, and that should be enough for her to fall back and make things quite expensive.
Yeah, Lynn's just gonna make a run for it at this point, you can see. On the minimap, just both teams just not gonna engage for the last couple of kills. Once again, just a lot of good discipline being
Last
shown. I
round
mean,
before the hash.
Lynn won the 1v1 versus Mauve was down to 5 health. At that point, she knows she's still 1v2, and she's just gonna opt to eco, which is the smart decision. At that point, and it brings us to 2 and 9, which is the very last round before the swap.
Yep.
Alernative.lady definitely looking hot right now. 2 versus 9. It's an even better scoreline than we saw in map 1 from them. So it definitely looks like they are stronger on this side.
Wasn't it Valkyrie who won the first game though? Or was
it was.
So if they win this, we're gonna go to game 3.
Yeah,
Ooh.
because I think Alernative.lady had the upper hand going into the swap, but then after the swap, they lost.
Yeah, but we'll see if they can pull themselves together again. It
Yeah,
is the very last round. 9-3 is
cushion.
9-3 is a decent score, okay? But if
Mhm.
you get to 10-2, it's gonna be way too hard to come back from that.
Yeah, 10-2 is like you lose the first round and then you lose round 2 after you eco, and then it's really tough.
Oh, the timing there, Boban just doesn't get it, and the paranoia is good as well to force off that angle. Now, it's actually going to be a little bit of a fake because they're working their way towards B. Hopeless with that lurk gets taken down here, and that's going to sort of pinch the offense already. Now their presence towards mid has been whittled down a little bit though, but they somehow snuck onto the site. And it's going to be a plant regardless. Look at this mid presence right here. It is going to bring down the Sova quite low. 4 HP left as Miguel finds the kill onto Ditty. That was an important one to find, and the spike will go down regardless.
Yeah, Silva whiffs the spray right there. But it's a 3v2. Silva's so low. It's in a good spot to reload, however, but they know that she's going to be coming from CT. Just fire a couple of shots as well. Going to get the recon ball out, but the back CT side has been smoked. Here's Lynn looking to make a play. There's a smoke going down. This should be the rush. They have heard her footsteps, however. Does win the 1v1 off of Mob, the fastest fingers of first. It's going to be a 1v2. Lindis really low as well. Boombot not going to find the Sova. She's just kind of going out of range of the Boombot right there, so they don't really know which side she's on. Clears out Boathouse, so now it's a 1v1. She doesn't have enough. Does she have it though? I don't think she's got it. Yeah, Lindis knew. Lindis ran off because she knew that the Sova didn't have enough time. I think it's 7.5 seconds to defuse the spike. Of course, if you can get it to halfway, if a teammate can help you defuse that. Some situations that does come in clutch, but yeah, these 7.5 seconds, it's tricky because if you're not used to the sound cue, there's no outright sound. So I think it's when you hear the 4 beats per second, in between that one, once that starts and you wait something like 2.5 seconds, that's the cue where if you pass that, you don't have enough time to diffuse, because the very last frantic beeping, that's like 8 per second, that lasts for 5 seconds. So you either have to think of it as, okay, you have 2 seconds after the earlier beat, but there's no real cue, so sometimes it's a bit tricky to tell. You have to like kind of count it for yourself because you know that the bomb lasts for 45 seconds.
Yeah. Testing. Sorry, my mic's kind of acting up a little bit. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I can hear you fine.
Cage trigger. Apologies, but looking at the B hit already coming through, and that's Miguel. Oh my!
What?
From Miguel.
With the ghost?
Oh, that was absolutely beautiful right here. And it's looking quite frankly like it's going to be another hit onto the side. Beautifully done. And another round on the board, cleanly performed here by the side of Alernative. They're going to take this back into a 1v1.
Yeah, and that's exactly the kind of shooting that we were wanting to see from Miguel this entire tournament, and that's about the pistol rounds, right? All about the shooting. You can see with the Ghost round 1. It's just really when you can see highly skilled, highly mechanically skilled players like her just really shine.
Oh,
really
yeah.
And it means your team is going to have 3 Spectres, 2 Ghosts versus all Classics from Valkyrie. So it's going to be a bit difficult for them.
Yeah.
Alernative.lady might be.
Well, at the moment, 11-9 to 2. This is looking like a very, very difficult scoreline to come back from. I don't entirely favor the odds. And currently, Lindis now trying to look for a pick over here, but not exactly get it right this time, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough because they're forced to eco. If they drop this round, it goes to 12-2, and then they're at match point, and then they can't lose a single round for the next 10 rounds if they want to make a comeback. So they're playing this very measured right here, really spread out across the map as well.
No
You can
charges.
see KJ trying to make her way towards A through mid. Jet does have the line of sight, however, outside market.
And now, a little bit of a sneaky play. Just trying to get information. Sneaking onto side. Mob spots her out. Look at that paranoia. It's beautifully timed.
30 seconds
Nicely
left.
done right here. And the backup's already ready for it here. Crossfire is actually already being dismantled here. And look at that. Alernative with an absolute show of force here. 12 to 2.
Match point.
And already on match point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that the comeback is out of the question, but it is definitely going to be an uphill battle
Gun here.
at this point. The thing is, though, I mean, Valkyrie Esports VN did win game number 1, and since this is a best of 3 series, if Alernative.lady do take this map on Ascent, it just means that they're going to be tied up, and it will all be decided over in game 3. So not the end of the world for Valkyrie Esports if they do lose right here.
Oh yeah, not the end of the world. They still have another chance, and that's going to be the last map. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be split. But taking a quick look here, currently 12 to 2, and that's going to be one quick kill to bring things up to a balance. Coyote looking to level the playing field yet again, but it's Ditty and that's Sova to be able to break through. Site is open. Spike will be planted. Mauve stands between them and prevailing in this game right now, though. Because currently speaking, it is a 2v2 retake situation. Mauve here has to go huge for his team. Is it at all possible, though? Ditty's going to get 1. Looking to do some more damage. Mauve's already dropped low to 55 here. Has to land those amazing headshots if she wants to close out this game. How is it going to be possible, though? It's not looking very, very likely. Could just turn tail and save. That's still very much possible. They have a lot of rounds to play with because now Ditty's closed it down. 3 kills for her to keep Valkyrie alive in this game.
Yeah, that was a Valkyrie Esports definitely needed at that point. This time around, it looks like 3 rifles, 1 bulldog, and Hopeless You. Yep, is gonna get her teammate to pick up the Vando for her. She didn't have enough herself. And the other side, it's going to be again 3 Vandals as well as 2 Spectres. So pretty even in terms of guns, although there's a bit of a cheeky opportunity for Boban with the Bulldog on the Cypher.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, though, wait, hold on. Oh, look at that pick right there from Wisdom. Will go down without getting a kill. Rather unfortunate, though, but I like the idea. Just doesn't really get the timing correctly. Leaving us to a 4v5 situation here, and it's going to be a straight up B hit. Nobody's really guarding it, and especially with that ulti right there. Sorry, A hit, excuse me. It's going to be a straight up rush. Look at that. Mauve goes down, unable to respond. That double, that triple peek right there from short will allow them a plant without a shadow of a doubt.
Spike planted.
Yeah, 5v2. Even dropping the Cypher ultimate for all that extra information. KJ ultimate not gonna lock down anyone, but bomb is already ticking though. Lindis doesn't have all that much time if she wants to make something happen. The nicer skin. That's what she did. Yeah, they're just going to sack this round. She's gonna get that long angle down CT side. Just camp for some exit frags out of A, but oh, it looks like they're running the other way. They're gonna catch Cypher. Who's gonna catch you first, though?
Ooh.
4 seconds, 3 seconds.
No, they're not gonna check.
Yeah, that was close.
So, Interestingly, it was because they decided to save that is because they have so many rounds that they can play with.
Hmm.
They can quite literally give up 5, 6, 7 rounds without even breaking a sweat. They're just gonna do that, no problem. Um,
This is a nice spot.
and like I said, they can still full buy. They still
This
have
goes
not
here.
full buy, but
Yes, this
they're
should
still gonna
do.
try for a buy. I'm surprised that they don't actually just eco right now, full eco, and
That
just bring
goes
out
there.
those ops. Because for me, that would really be what seals the deal. Maybe they just want to experiment and try things a little bit more, but that's exactly what they're doing right here. Look at this push here. Diddy does not get blinded by that paranoia, will shut down that aggressive play, and will be denied at the moment as Hopeless U gets another kill on her name.
Yeah, DT with a really nice first blood. It's already going to be 5v2. However, window going to be broken. So we do have the audio cue, but Miguel just getting shot down after that play. 5v1. You gotta think this round should be going over to them. There's the door that's going to get shut. Just shut Coyote out at that point. Just going to use that sweet Elder Flame Vandal right there. Try to shoot the door down, but I mean, you've got 4 people on your squad still left alive. They just send Hopeless U round to the flank to pick up that easy kill. It's going to be a 5-12. We're still on match point. I almost can't believe we're saying this, but we're still on match point.
Yeah, well, it's a couple of rounds that they've managed to pick up somehow, and it's honestly due to like the Herculean efforts of their Sova and Killjoy. You know, it's just been them being quite resilient. But the fact of the matter is, there's still a lot of things that you can do on the defensive side. Like just like this, they finally have the op right now. Wisdom does have that op, and we'll be hoping to look to challenge Coyote with that run it back, just looking for information. And on top of that, the pick from Wisdom, hoping to find somebody, just not going to be availed any opportunity to do so. Will reposition there from there to short as Lindis pushing through the smoke, gets one, almost gets a second, and it was a really good idea up until Coyote now gets traded out themselves. Now they are at a man disadvantage, 3-4 currently. Mobs will level the playing field. Not expecting the second pick though, and will actually go down herself. So now it's a 2v3 situation here, and they're making a mad dash towards B.
Yeah, and they're using the Cypher camera really well, so they know that they're going for the rotate back around B side. We noticed down B main as well as around spawn right there. There's the Keija tower as well as the Cypher camera. So just a lot of vision, so they know that this is going on. You can see the counter rotate from both Jet as well as the Cypher. Looks like they want to try and 2-man push. This is 2v3, so not a terrible situation. But yeah, if they want to go, they've got about a couple more seconds before they really have to try and make this happen. So Wisdom and Miguel, just one taking the left, one taking the right. They're gonna get the alarm bot.
Ooh. What a way to open up as well. And they've brought this back. Look at this. Turn it around, and that's a trade right there. Wisdom will close out that game. 13-5 is where we end, ladies and gentlemen. And that amazing, basically picture-perfect retake is what's going to take us into the third game. Amazing stuff from Alernative here. They've brought it back and in a strong way.
Yeah, I mean, over at the end there, you know, it was a 3v2. I think they had 2 members over in Boathouse. I think maybe could consider putting them somewhere else over on the side. I think they had 1 on Spike and then 2 over at Boathouse. Just a bit of a risk, but also they didn't really have a lot of time to kind of reposition themselves because they knew that the retake was happening. So bit dicey at the end, but it does mean that game 2 is going to go over to Alernative.lady, which means that we've got a series on our hands, guys. We're gonna go for a really short break before we come back with game number 3 to find out which team between Alernative.lady and Valkyrie Esports will make it through to the semifinals. You definitely don't want to miss it, and we'll see you in just a bit. Hi guys, and welcome back to the FSL first quarter finals between Valkyrie Esports VN and Alernative.lady. We're in the middle of the series, guys. We had Valkyrie Esports VN winning game number 1, Alernative.lady with that awesome comeback in game number 2, tying things up 1-1. And now we're about ready to get into game number 3. Will be played on a split this time around. Illustrato, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Split is one of those maps where you either really know how to play Split or you have no idea what you're doing. It's only one of the two. There's no like middle ground.
There's no in
Like
between.
yeah, exactly. Because of the fact that it's so defender sided, you definitely need to know your crossfires. You need to know your angles. Everything about your game, in terms of Split has to be on point. And so the problem with me there is if one of these teams doesn't really know how to play it, it's gonna be a it's gonna be a wash, right? It is defender sided, so there's a little bit of like it can be forgiving, but it will clearly show if your defense is not on point.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely the most unbalanced map that Valorant currently has in its game. Like hashtag Riot, please do something about it. Fix your map before you release a fifth map. As much as I love Icebox, please balance the rest first. But
Well, now to be fair, there's nothing wrong with the map being CT side, defending sided, or attacking sided. That to me is fine. What is not fine from because there's a lot of competitive maps that really just favor one sided. And sort of learning how to overcome that, which is a really important thing. What's not okay is if you have a map. I think personally, like me, I think Icebox needs a lot of work before it should even be like released at all. There's too many angles to check, too many of any of those things. But we'll find out of how Split goes as we go straight into the game itself. We're ready for the last game of this series today. There's two more series later on, but it's currently Valkyrie tied with Alernative.lady here at the third map.
Yep, and Valkyrie Esports this time starting on the blue side, starting on the T side, Alernative.lady T side on the right there with the spike. And we've been talking about how this map, pretty defender sided. So yeah, we're looking to see some great plays coming out from Valkyrie Esports. Kind of expecting Alernative.lady to have the tougher time on this map. Not only it's a bit hard to plant the spike a lot of times after you do get the spike down. For example, you're just really open to the retake on Split, so we oftentimes see.
Ooh, agree. Look at that.
That
Though.
was close.
5 HP
5
left
health.
on Wisdom. Definitely not able to get through, but her teammates are. Because look at that. Straight up from mid, it's just an execute towards that site right there. B is open for the taking. And this is going to be a plant, 100%. Mob is going to try to do
Spike
this.
planted.
Already, it's a 5v2 situation here. The retake looking quite unlikely. Hopeless U has to come up huge. They're both coming in from the same angle, which is B Heaven. Definitely not the
Placing
easiest
swarm
site at
grenade.
all to retake. The Swarm Drone
Bomb grenade out.
Swamp Grenade will actually be detonated here. Will not be finding anybody at the moment, and HP is already starting to dwindle a little bit more towards that Heaven side. They've actually found one pick right here. Wisdom does go down, but time is whittling away, and they need to be a little bit more affirmative. They need to go or get out of here, and it's got to be go right now because currently Mob yet again will be dropped here, and they've somehow made this possible for a second, but not going to be close enough to make that retake happen. 3 kills right there, but just unable to push it with any more than that. And, honestly, it was a good idea. And one thing I wanted to point out, Rarichu, is if you look at the current lineup of Valkyrie, they're actually running a double Sentinel lineup, 1 Killjoy and 1 Cypher. The reason for that is because they want to secure this game on the defensive side. They want us to be a lockout. They want us to be like a 12-0 half. That's the only reason why you'd ever want to put that up on Split like this, because of how defensive sided it is. If they
Yeah.
don't get a really high score in their defensive side, they're gonna really suffer on offense later on.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to attack with the Cypher and a KJ. What they're doing, pretty much, you have a Cypher start B, you have his camera down long, and you pretty much have KJ on A doing the exact same thing with the sight down from the screens, and it becomes really difficult for teams to really go for either A or B. At this point, Boban does get taken out. Some shots gonna miss. Right there, Linda's not really able to get the closer onto the Omen.
Miguel's getting a pick off as well as Wisdom over there, and they've left B completely open now. It is going to be a spike plant without shadow of a doubt, and 2 rounds in a
Spike
row
planted.
will be more than likely. It's a nice anti-eco. If they keep everybody alive here, that's going to be a very, very big bonus to their economy going to the later stages of this half.
Yeah, and it's just KJ left alive 1v5 though. Not sure there's really not that much that she can do. She tries to go for it because hey, you're in an eco round, you've got a pistol. there's not really all that much that you're going to save by bringing that pistol into the next round anyway, so like you might as well go for it, which is what we saw her try to do. Unfortunately, didn't work out, but I mean, you know, it's round 2. You go down that one, it's no big. But as you were saying, you know, Valkyrie Esports starting on the defensive side, and they're the ones down 0-2 with the Cypher and KJ. It's gotta hurt.
Nah, definitely. And looking at this now, it's the first buy round really that we have. Coyote has ulti, so might be using it towards that middle. But Hopeless will start things off with a nice pick towards A with an aggressive peek. And now they've gained a lot of information from that with that push towards A. They will see that nobody is there. So this will force the hand currently of Valkyrie to go towards that B site. That's going to be the run it back being utilized here. Will be trapped up by that Cypher trap. Paranoia will slow even further, but has a little bit of a flash of her own as they try to break through to that site. Diddy will deny Wisdom any pressure, and that's going to be the site secured at the moment as 2 more kills going down in this 3v3 situation. Spike will go down already, and it's going to be a 3v3 retake.
Spike planted.
Yep, right now it's all about the retake, as you mentioned. There's the Nanostorm gonna be popped out in that choke point, just really buying them a couple more seconds, really just trying to clear the corners. Clear the spot below the boxes on the left, and just 2v1 against a mob. How is that fair? Usually you don't really have 2 members on your squad firing in the looking in the same direction, firing the exact same spot, because sometimes when that backfires in a really big way. But I mean, they just 2v1 shot mob. Mob didn't really stand a chance.
Yeah, I do like the I do like the double peek. I mean, that's really how you play it smart. I mean, when you double peek like that, especially when you have a man advantage, you know that you can lose 1 member as long as it secures you the round right there, because that's what matters in the end. If the trade favors you and at what time of the map, right? Because generally any kind of trade generally favors the attacking side, unless you're on like a retake situation like what we just saw, and then of course like the roles are switched right there. But
yeah, if you want to do that, you want to like wide peek, right? You don't want to stand in a line.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cloudburst's gonna come out. So we do know that Jet, whoa, is in the tunnel, but they don't manage to pick her up. Wisdom instead gets the kill onto DT. Coyote looks like she wants to rotate in right here. Going for the slow play into A.
slow play is, generally okay. And I like the fact that they're doing it on the top of, on top of the fact that they've already gotten a pick. So they gotten a pick, they're going towards A, which is going to be weakened because they've been gravitating towards B the whole time. And with this, there's a Killjoy ultimate that they can really be much safer from. If they do plant on B, the Killjoy ultimate is really going to come into play right here. They have lost a couple of members. That lurk not paying off at all. Spike.
Mom's gonna get the plant down.
That's the
KJ
Killjoy
ultimate, yep, coming out in response. The Coyote really needs to reload, finding a good spot over at CT. Does take a bunch of damage, gonna get the self-heal up, however, but that does mean that it's a 1v2 right now. Oh, she got detained! Does Lin want hunt though? I think Lin just wants to use this to buy time.
She just realized that someone's detained right now, but the detain is all her though. Oh no, she unsticks the plant. Doesn't matter though. My god, that was way too close for comfort right there. Lin FPP did almost drop that.
Yeah, but I mean, she got the round at the end. So, I mean, I think Coyote kind of thought that she was toast at that point. Really, the fact that she stayed alive was a bit of a bonus by the end. But yeah, that did look really dicey from Lin. She took, like, as you mentioned, a couple seconds to realize that it was 1v1 and Coyote was caught.
Yeah. And I mean, at that point, like, you think, okay, just defuse, because it's like a long time before she gets undetained.
Yeah, I think there are like 2 types of players, right? One type wants to go for the 1v1 kill, the team wipe, and the other type is like, you know what, I'm safe. I'm gonna just sit here quietly, do my job. I have one job, and it's defuse this bomb.
Well, clearly now we know the answer as to which one Lin FPP is, and Paranoias are pretty brilliant here. Look at this crossfire. I love this crossfire. And oh my god, Lin FPP, 2 kills and the trade killed by Bob. And
4 quick clean kills already, and the shotgun wisdom with the judge taking that trade out. It's taken everybody to get to her, but 29 HP left on the board on her life. Doesn't have a lot to play with. Does pick up a Spectre though.
Yeah, she's gonna swap it out for the rifle. Knows that she kind of got the max utility that can be expected from the judge. The thing is, when you're trying to go to a site such as A, you definitely need a rifle for those longer range sites. It's
Well,
gonna drop the KJ over in heaven.
yeah, but she didn't actually get to pick up the rifle though. She picked up a Spectre.
Spike planted.
In the end, she does still have the ultimate though. Not gonna be able to use it at all. But I like the idea of pulling out the Blade Storm in the 2v1, and just for a second you thought it was possible. Taking that round closer than she had any reason to take that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the Jet ultimate, her blades are pretty much the most accurate ability or gun in the entire
Projectile.
game. Yeah, projectile. I guess bullets. Yeah, bullets count
Yeah.
as projectiles. Yeah, so they're the most accurate. It's just a flat 50 damage, regardless. You don't have any damage drop off in terms of distance. There's no accuracy that you need to worry about. It's just flat 50, and then if you get the hit shot, it's an instant kill. So definitely one of those powerful ultimates in the game.
Unless
for
you're
sure.
right clicking, of course, because they've changed that.
And then
recently.
all 6 of yeah.
But hopeless now. Gonna get that first opening frag in this hit. A site. And
Oh no!
wow.
One
He's
enemy
dropping
remaining.
everybody right now, and the defense faltering here under the pressure, buckling under the pressure. Bubble's not even gonna get to use that ultimate because
Absolute bloodbath right there at A. I think they didn't check that one spot. The thing about the A push right there is that there are so many spots that you really need to be watching out for around heaven. A lot of times, like people will be hiding in that left bottom corner with a shotgun. Especially we do see that happening a lot of times as well. There's just so much space to play around with over there.
oh yeah. And at the moment though, it's two ultimates available here. Jet and Omen will have theirs. On the other side, they've got 3 Phoenix with the run it back, which is going to be very, very crucial here on the offensive side. They should buy them maybe an entrance towards A or towards B if they decide to execute.
Yeah, running back is really where they are at market. It's really good for just popping in, running into mail right there to get some info about whether there's someone hiding at mail or someone hiding further in on the left side. Yep, there it is, being popped.
Yeah, finally using it to get towards that B heaven area. We'll spot out one. Oh my god, and that's so useful. That's already super useful. The fact that Coyote gets that pick off right there. But on the other side, that's a Killjoy ulti being deployed for the defensive side right there. Hopeless U will be dropped with the spike. That's the flank coming in full fruition.
Yeah,
Now
it's
it's all up to Coyote here in the
Yeah.
backside.
Yeah, just really good coordination. They knew that they were going to have to run out of the site because of the KJL, and they had Hopeless U just waiting there to catch out the spike carrier. So really good pickup right here. Right now the KJ ultimate is up already. It's going to be last player remaining. They know that Coyote
right.
is somewhere there just spraying through
Nope.
that cloud burst. Just eventually gets one of them that kill.
I think she got like a little bit startled by that cloud burst and then just started shooting stuff. And by the time she realized the opponents were there, she just like, okay, well, let's just keep praying,
just
whatever.
classic, just the spray and pray through the smoke.
No, not
So we
against
call-
3 players though. Not
Yeah.
against 3.
Yeah.
I do have to commend the defense right now. Currently for Valkyrie, they're showing that they're really quite capable of not just holding sites cleanly, but also the retakes have been on point.
Yeah, and that's one thing, right? When you're talking about a split, you need to know how to play whichever side you're on in defense. The retake is so important, especially B. It's pretty hard to retake A as well because it's so open. Just gonna push. Paint shells coming out from Lindis. Hopeless, you already picking up 1 kill onto McGold right at the start right there. But Wisdom picking up the return kill onto Hopeless. You makes it a 4v4. There's the satchel and fire in the hole coming out from a raise.
I know exactly where you are.
Absolutely love it. Look at that. That take was so beautiful. The trades were
Spike
amazing. And Boban now has an opportunity to get closer to the site. They actually She is towards that CT area. There are 3 players lurking around the same spot. If that's a quick ulti though to get out of that spot. Like I said, Diddy will bring out and level the playing field, and Diddy cleans it up. 3 kills. Amazing spray, amazing transfer right there. Diddy again coming up huge for her team, winning a round that they generally should have lost.
I love explosions.
Yeah, I mean, Diddy's just been coming up clutch so many times throughout this entire best of 3 series. Her crosshair placement is pretty good. I mean, her crosshair placement is on point. And also, she just has very intelligent play. Just she kind of knows where people are likely to come from on the map, and so she prepares in advance, is what you can tell from the mini map. So just very nice to see. Looks like, yep, there's the Cypher set up over around A with the wires. Looks like a bit of a non-committal kind of mid to A start that we're seeing from
Yeah, they just
Alernative
want to hold the
this time.
default, just maybe burn out some utility. And this is obviously the way to go to prevent them from pushing. You know, once again for the newer players here, if you're holding default just like this, prevent players from pushing, you burn out utility, you're able to get information, and that's really the point of this game. They were hoping to get that pick right there. Hopeless might have gone down. She's 8 HP now, mind you, but they've still lost the player. So that default start, it just didn't work out for them. And Hopeless gets, what the hell? She has no business winning that kind of duel on those ropes.
Yeah, 100%. Should be punished for that sort of thing. And Hopeless, yeah, I mean, you know, it's tough now that Sage isn't really quite in the meta anymore. A lot of players without any form of self-healing really starting to suffer. I think Duelists, which is why Reyna and Phoenix are generally the ones that you do see more often in the meta.
I'm a little bit, and of course,
Oh,
when
no!
ooh, big mistake right there.
30
FPP
seconds
just
left.
gets checked, doesn't get checked in that corner. Mauve looking for a pick here in CT. If she gets this kill right here onto CT, this could open the round up. And she does. She does. This is a huge kill right now. This is a massive kill. If Mauve actually also has ulti, but there's no time. The
Yeah, they
spike
don't
is
have
in no man's
spike.
land.
Oh,
no.
my
10
god, they left
seconds
the spike
left.
all the way back over at the A side spawn. So they're gonna run out the timer right here. DD just last minute, you know, checking on these cipher cams to make sure there's no
player
sneaky
remaining.
plant going down over at B. Mauve does pick up Hopeless U right at the end there, so that's a nice extra 200 credits they've got in the bag. But the fact that, you know, 2v2 at the end would have had a good opportunity to plant the spike at that point, really. I mean, could have planted it, could even have planted on B, but going through mid, but a bit unfortunate.
So the thing is, if Len FPP, sorry, if Mauve actually had the
Was
spike,
holding spike, yeah.
she had ulti up. She had from the shadows. She could have actually teleported to A where there was nobody and planted the spike for free. But just or actually even just teleported to the spike a little bit earlier, ran to A. That would have been a really good play.
Yeah, 100%. Right now, Lynn this time gonna hold the same angle over at male. Not gonna see anyone though. There's no one actually at mid there. Alernative.lady actually going for a very slow B right here. 2 in garage, 3 only right now starting to rotate, which kind of it does gonna mean that the Omen smoke is gonna be out pretty soon though. So Boombot into vents.
B Heaven already in though, 2 kills. Nice trades all across the board. Hopeless U looking to push from the flank. Tailwind out, but will still not be able to survive. Now it's going to be a 2v1. Spike will go down without a shadow of a doubt. And now will be a 2v1 retake here. Nice tap. Amazing stuff. That quick adjustment here. Mauve stuck in the corner. Will be able to win the duel. No, dropping down low. And it's a 2v1 retake. Amazing clutch again from Please correct me if I say this wrong, and I will try this one last time. Con Meo Kyo Gao Gao. Chat, help me out.
I am in absolutely no position to be able to correct you if you're wrong.
Okay. Chat, please. Chat, please. Is that like that sounds like a Vietnamese name?
Yeah, they're a full Vietnamese team. I mean,
okay.
Valkyrie Esports VN. This is their like VN edition.
Yeah. What does it
of
mean
Valkyrie
though?
Esports. I mean, I couldn't tell you, man. I wouldn't know.
Okay. Well, for those
For the
We should
Vietnamese
we should
viewers
have
watching.
asked her. We should have asked her in the pregame lobby
Ah.
what it stands for.
Fair enough.
We should also have asked Dumb Chloe yesterday if her name is Chloe or not.
If she's even Chloe.
Right? What if her name's not Chloe?
What if her teammates? Yeah, like you said. What if her teammate's Chloe?
What if her teammate
And
is
it's like
Chloe?
some massive shade that they're just throwing out.
It's like the reverse of the girl who called herself Wonder.
Exactly.
Anyway, 8-2. Pretty slow start. It does look like it's going to be a mid push once again. Jet and Cypher, though, through Garage. Cypher kind of a bit behind, of course, because she is holding the spike. They want to be in front of that spike. Nice headshot onto Coyote for that entry.
It's a nice entry onto that site, though. A little bit of a mistimed one, but they still somehow managed to find their way onto site. A little bit strange the way they did that. The defensive timing is just not
Spike
really coming into
planted.
play, but they somehow managed to break through. Hopeless You looking for this
Player
trade right here, and
One
Hopeless You
player
still
remaining.
alive, left in the 1v1. Mauve HP not very high at all. Actually could go for this defuse if she wanted, or just orb that out and start the defuse herself. Will she stick it is the question. Doesn't need to, because it's so intelligently done. Well played. Get caught pushing out of the smoke right there. Mauve had really not much of a choice, especially with that low HP. And it's 9-2 half right now. Last round up next.
Yeah, that was really nice. I mean, Hopeless, you had two choices right there, right? Which was
Last
because
round
after
before
she
the half.
smoked the plant site, usually I think about half the time players instead go for the defuse at that point because you know, you don't have vision of the spike. But I think what a lot of good players instead do is they just spray through the smoke instead, so it doesn't really matter that you smoked the plant site. What she did instead was it was really just to bait out the Omen, and then she knew that the Omen was low health, and it was just a straight up matter of you just landing a shot, any shot, could be in the leg, and she would still net her that kill. So very smartly done at the end. Oh wow, that's a fast boom bot.
Showstopper, not gonna connect though. But Bobanth right there looking to push the issue, looking to press this. We'll get one before getting traded out. And that's a little of information that there is still more players towards B. Maybe some more towards mid though. And look at this. This push right here by Hopeless You. Oh my god, pulls out the Blade Storm, but just will buy her some time and some information. At least they know that no one's going B, and Ditty and Lin cleaned it up. That's going to be the Cypher opening the board. Now they have all the information that they need, but despite the fact that they still push a little bit willy-nilly and lose two more players, run it back now available, pushing towards Heaven B. Will get caught off by that trap, slow down for the meantime, but still could find somebody. And that's, oh my god, a big missed opportunity there by Killjoy. Mauve looking to capitalize on it, will be denied, and Diddy again gets the spike carrier out of position, and that's gonna be the Killjoy's ultimate deployed already. Has to wait for the right time for it to the spike to be collected right here, because Coyote is teetering at the very edge. That bot will be destroyed. There's an alarm
30
bot will
seconds
be
left.
deployed as well. Will both be taken out here, and Coyote has a good idea of where she is. The Cypher camera will spot Coyote out, so she has to fall back at the meantime. Quick flash just to recover it.
15 seconds.
Will she peek? Will she peek though? She needs a lot of time. Checks the wrong side.
Oh.
And that was a very good opportunity for Coyote. If she fell back and actually maybe tried to plant,
Switching sides.
Yeah.
that would have been
I-
okay.
Oh my god, I thought she was going to plant the spike as well. It's generally the standard play, right? You flash, you pick up the spike, you jump down from B Heaven right there. I mean, she still wouldn't have been able to plant it faster than especially Killjoy could have rotated
Yeah.
around to just shoot her at the spot.
But you would have had a chance at the round, I think. Because
Yeah.
like, by pushing that long, you had to find 2 kills. And that's more unlikely. For me, the big
Yeah.
error right there, though, was Mauve pushing with the spike. That was the big issue. She had the spike. She should have just went onto site herself. They should have both ran onto site and then just planted and fought the 2v2. Because dropping the spike over in that position made the round almost virtually unwinnable.
Yeah, spike retrieval at the point was always going to be difficult, but right now we are into the first round after the swap. You can see a bunch of the girls just rocking their ghosts right now. Jet already pretty low right now. Looks like they're gonna go through sewers this time. Omen Smoke gonna come down, just blocking out vision, so they don't really hear any. They don't see them going through towards the sewer side. You can see Linda's just not sure if they've gone through sewer or not at that point.
Yeah, and you know, Wisdom with that peak over in mid doesn't even see anyone and gets dropped so low. But there is a spike plant now coming up here
Spike
in this round. The first pistol, I'm sorry, the second pistol. Mauve will be pulling out that paranoia, coming down towards that ramp area. Will not really be catching anyone off guard. Hopeless gets the kill, but traded out by Miguel. Wisdom looking for an opportunity to peek and does actually get a kill. Almost drops down low. 4 HP though, somehow still alive. But Lynn does take that trade, gets a 1 in the middle of all of this, and Miguel with low HP still has 1 player left to find though, and the spike is tick-tocking away. There is still one trap still available here for this Killjoy. Will she even use it?
Oh,
Not even gonna need
no.
that, and the HP is so low for both of these players, and what a tragic way to lose that round. Almost had it, and Valkyrie's getting closer to match point.
Whew, 11-2, man. They're just 2 rounds away from it taking this one home. And we were talking a bit before game number 1 about how for Valkyrie Esports, this is only their 2nd time playing in the FSL, and it's their very first time actually making it into the playoff stages. So if they could make it into the semi-finals right after this, that'll be absolutely huge for this team and the organization as well.
Big shout out to before I do that, nice kill. Hopeless opening up the round here, bringing us closer to match point, and Coyote will be holding that with a classic. Will be full in contact with that paint shell. Not going to be taken down by it, but some quick trades already coming into the picture. 3v2. Mauve with the awareness doesn't even get the kill. That's a little bit disappointing from her. Had the angle, had the blind, just couldn't get the kill, but Boban does. Closes out the round, match point right there. And going back to my point real quickly, thank you, by the way, for telling me what that means in chat. Thank you,
chat.
Chat, it means cat says woof woof.
Which is so
That's
cute. Like
so cute.
I'm assuming that like I can't pronounce it properly. I think the gal part at the back means
Means
wolf,
woof woof,
right? That is so cute.
Super cute. Cat means
How do I simp harder than I already am for this girl? How do I simp?
Bomb back out.
12-2, we're at match point for the Valkyrie Esports girls. Looks like the deciding round for them. They're gonna go through sewer once again, as well as mid. Cypher in a kind of a risky spot. She's not sure how she wants to crush this.
Yeah.
You can see the Cypher cage is gonna leave her a bit open for like 1 or 2 meters as she runs across. So you can see she's kind of still stuck on that side.
And look at this. They do not want to stop with this pressure here. 3-man push in mid. And they hear the footsteps. They're rotating towards A. They have all the information that they want. And this split, they're going through heaven. 1 person going through sewers. And they're going to pinch whoever is coming through A. But the Raze could get pinched herself. Look at this. Oh no, the timing just isn't right. Lindis gets the kill onto Ditty, who was rotating towards the site, and Coyote cleans it up, and it's 1 person left. Looking like it's going to be Valkyrie here. Lynn trying to keep Valkyrie from winning this title, and she's trying really hard. Just, oh no, taken out by the paint shell. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. 13-2. Valkyrie comes through. The Vietnamese squad pull ahead, and they're going to be pushing through in this tournament, 1 step closer to winning that championship. Oh, wait. I totally got that backwards.
I wasn't sure how to stop you midway. I was like, we'll figure it out next round. Because after the swap, yeah, Valkyrie started on the defense, but like after the swap, they're on the attacking side. That's fine. I mean, I want to see more of this game. I think in a lot of the previous seasons for FSL, we saw a lot of 2-0s also in the best of 3 series. And I think what we were saying, especially from season 3, we want to see those 2-1s, right? This time we're getting a 2-1, but we also don't want to see like those fast games. I want to see like more even close games.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm glad that we're getting more rounds of this.
Well, we are, and look at that. They heard the R being taken. Wisdom has to book it. Get out of there, because that was a very, very dangerous spot to be in here. And look at that.
Coyote will close the deal onto Wisdom, making full use of that orb she just picked up. Showstopper to the face. Will get the kill though. Oh no, it's Lin who does it.
How is that fair?
That's definitely not fair at all. Miguel is gonna get for that trade. Lin FPP still looking unstoppable. Amazing performance from her so far. Wisdom will use the last of her blades to get away. Try to get this kill. And Spike again will be now on the move.
I like what we're seeing. We're just hearing the that Omen being used so that they not only don't have vision, but they don't have the sound cue as well. So they're gonna get the plant down, but Omen still at the site. She's gonna get shot really easily by Wisdom. He's getting taken out by her teammate Didi. However, and it's a 1v1 for this match point.
Yep. And
Oh!
wow, there we go. 1v1 clutch to seal the deal.
That was just all about timing at the end. She wasn't sure if Jet was already pushing through garage or not. I think she thought that Jet was still at garage, so she probably thought she had enough time to put the smoke down. But as she was sending that one out, gets a shot in instead. But yeah, congrats to the squad of Valkyrie Esports Vietnam. They are going to be a team that makes it through to the semi-finals of the 4th season of the Female Esports League Valorant Open this time around, guys. Of course, GG to Alernative.lady as well for making this a very close series. Also, I mean, just what a team. This is their 3rd time taking part in the FSL. Every single time they've been first in groups. Definitely not any results to sniff at. They've been doing great. So hopefully we'll see them again in the next season of the FSL.
Yeah, it was definitely nothing to be ashamed of. What a great performance. One of the closest matches we've seen. But we have to again talk about Valkyrie. They're going to be going up next against Seven Sins, the current favorite. Can they take down the Titans waiting for them on the other side and create an upset? That's going to be on our first semifinal of the day, of course, and that's going to happen when we take a break. But of course, before we take a break, big thank you and shout outs to all of our sponsors and partners who made this happen. Dreamcore, Yahoo, Super Solid, and of course, Intel. If you want to upgrade your performance and maybe get your PCs up to par like all these pros do, make sure you check out Intel's new 10th generation processors. Definitely will up your game 100%.
Yep, with that, guys, we're going to go for a really short break. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be back with our first semi-final very shortly.